this. You wouldn't even be doing this show if
No,
I had not commanded you.
You
There would be no theme song. There would be nothing. Really, you should give me the You Were Right pillow.
I'm going to stab you in the throat.
Love is blind. Love is blind. Love is blind. It's 90 Day Games presenting Love is Blind.
Special PSA, special gay
It's a
SA.
gay SA. Y'all, you're about to listen to our Love is Blind.
It's amazing.
It's episodes. One thing, though, we talk a lot about Discord.
And Discord's dead to us, y'all.
How we're going to use that in this episode. They're fucking dead to us. That we can't edit it out. It's too much in it.
Crowdcast is the new Discord.
So
remember that word, crowdcast.
We're going to be using this will be in later episodes, so you'll get more information. We'll be using Crowdcast to stream
on
the live episode on Friday. That's already integrated into your Patreon.
Friday, February 28th.
So you need not fear. So don't be basic and go to Discord because they're
going to treat you like gamers, y'all. Fuck those shit.
Fuck those shit and enjoy the show.
Yay. Where are my notes?
Welcome to the show, y'all.
This is the 90 This is 90 Day Gays presents I'm stumbling like Jessica, y'all.
Maybe because it's 4:00 and you're on your second drink.
This is 90 Day Gays presents Love is Blind.
Love is blind.
Love is blind.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hopefully we've already gotten our theme song in now.
Hopefully. Otherwise, we just gave it away. Y'all, my name's Matt, a.k.a.
That's strong.
A.k.a. Maddie.
And I'm Jake Anthony, a.k.a. Poodle.
Grab your notes, whore. Let's jump into it.
Right.
Y'all, we just want to remind you, we want to thank you for jumping onto our Patreon for this.
Our Gatreons. You're our Gatreons now.
If you're new to our Gatreons, our Gatrons, we'll just, real quick, we'll just let you know we are doing this show, and we also have we recap
90 Day Fiancé.
90 Day Fiancé,
the
past seasons.
The multiverse.
The multiverse, past seasons, and each month we do a bi-curious episode. That's just whatever we've been watching.
Because sometimes we feel like a nut, and sometimes you just want to come on their face.
It's true. Exactly. Right now we're doing one bi-curious episode. If we get at the come at us tier, if we get to basically we're doubling it. So we get to another number on that. We're going to start with two bi-curious episodes.
Two bi-curious episodes a month.
So thank you for hanging with us, and let's jump in, whore.
Let's jump in.
Okay.
We begin with the big reveal of Cameron and Lauren. Oh, God,
yeah,
this couple.
We're gonna kind of talk to them a little bit. We're gonna kind of talk about couples more, we're gonna
do it by couples because the last episode was kind of like we weren't sure what to do. So now we kind of know.
We should say this. We meant to say this last episode. We know this is an experiment of not falling in love with people you don't see. Y'all, they're all fucking pretty.
Everyone's at least an 8.
At least. It'd be interesting to see if there were some 4s or 5s in here.
Well, there were a couple people. We haven't seen them since the first episode. They were pushed out of sight and deemed too unattractive.
Happy in the toe-ho. Please let me come out, master, please.
They decided people like Allie, who'd had a little plastic surgery on her face, were not worthy of finding love, apparently.
They just got the fuck
Rory
rid of
with
them.
LPV, little person vibes, he's not worthy of finding love either.
Actually, I think he's good looking.
I agree. I'm saying he's just got a little LPV.
He's got a big forehead, but he's handsome.
I'm going to say something a little controversial.
This is when we get pulled off.
I feel like Rory was hired by the production, or they had a guy who didn't show up, and Rory was a PA who had to come in and step in because Rory's always trying to fill in plot points for people.
You know what? That's fair. And he does look familiar. I wondered if I worked with him on set before.
He's a PA.
Y'all, because we've decided they probably were just down
they
there.
Were underneath
they
Sylmar
were in that bunker
or Simi Valley.
In Simi Valley, Sylmar. Didn't know what to do.
If you've ever been to Sylmar or Simi Valley, you know there's a lot of space there.
Anyway, also, kind of like
Lots
this
of
show.
flooding.
And like this show, there's a lot of white people out there, too. Y'all, there's only one black guy so far that we've seen in the second episode.
It's only there's one black male. There's one Latino man.
No one Asian.
There isn't. No.
I'd like to see this show in the retrospect of real, like
the men are all white.
because Lauren brings up this great. Let's just jump into Cameron and Lauren, and I think that's a good segue, right?
But you're exactly right. And the ones who we have seen, they haven't featured on camera a lot, are not what we would call the most attractive people compared to, I would say, the 8s or 9s. I feel like they might have told people when they were coming in, don't worry about what people look like. Everyone's gonna be attractive.
It almost is like they said that.
I bet you dollars to donuts they did say that.
Because what if somebody fell in love with somebody and then we see it's Big Ed?
He's going to be on the new season of 90 Day Fiance, y'all. He has no neck, and it may be from a disorder. And
you can't
and
talk
it will
about
really upset me if it is a disorder, because then that means I can't make fun of it. I may break that rule.
Well, I feel like, by the time this is dropped, we would have already watched the first episode. But people,
I don't know about
love him.
time.
I think he might be the most lovable person on this season.
He put mayonnaise on his head. I saw it in a clip.
He asked to send us stickers, and I said, that's so sweet, but we just don't. We don't interact with fans or with cast members.
Yeah, and we've got nothing.
Unless Antonio wants to send us a
dick pic. If Antonio wants to send me a dick pic, I'm here, baby.
Mama. All right, let's jump into Cameron and Lauren.
Lauren.
They're the reason why I love this show.
He ran to her, and then he said, I'm never going to let you go.
Wanna run to you. I got to do this high.
Oh, God, stop.
Tell me, will you stay?
Y'all, if you could say...
Let me finish.
I'm just...
Run away.
I'm being told to shush. I was told I was shushed, and then he just did chin vibrato at the end.
Did.
Like Whitney Houston does.
I used to listen to that
and
song.
That's how you learned a lot of bad vocal habits.
It's true. I used to listen to that song with my 8th grade girlfriend.
Whose last name, strangely enough, was named Beard.
No, this is another one.
The fact that you had 2 girlfriends.
I was a catch.
Stupid bitches.
We'll see sometimes.
So anyway, so they're saying, "Let me look at you." I can't.
It was like out of a movie.
She's like, "You're a prince," and I got Twitter pated.
And they kiss, like this, not gross, but like this beautiful, passionate kiss, and she just kind of falls into him. It was out of a movie. It was out of a Julia Roberts movie. And then she says,
but Julia Roberts didn't laugh her trademark laugh.
We should put that people can't talk bad about Liza Minnelli, Judy Garland, or
I'm fine
Julia
with talking bad about Julia Roberts. I don't love her the way you do.
Her.
I like her, but I don't think she's infallible.
Was there a star that you just love, and it's not? There's no reason for it. You just love them.
Kate Blanchett.
Really?
You can't talk bad about Kate Blanchett.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's nothing she's ever done that like Julia Roberts made terrible movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kate Blanchett has too, but I'll have to think about them.
Just want to hang out with her.
Let's think about Notes from a Scandal when Judi Dench and Kate Blanchett.
That movie was... Jake was so over gay stimulated.
And Bill Nye, which is like, I don't know whether I'm going to let He went, well, figure it out.
It was so overacted.
Oh, it was so good.
It was good, though. It was good. So then Cameron drops a bomb that she's never dated outside of her race. Lauren said she's never dated outside of her race. And
she's like, I got large, full lips. I was worried that I would swallow him whole.
And I wonder
with my large, full lips.
I thought I'm going to have to ask my partner if he ever thought about that. Because that broke my heart. I was like, oh, you shouldn't. Your lips are your lips. That's fine, girl. But I guess some people are worried about that.
I think Lauren's a little more neurotic.
True. She talks about how she really fights for activism and stuff in the black community.
And she's worried. She's worried that is she being kind of she'll worry about how she feels about that. Her friends will be like, so you're dating a white guy, but you advocate for black community. It's a good question to have.
It is. And it is, for people to say, oh, interracial relationships aren't a big deal anymore.
They are in the South.
From someone who's in one, they are still... I've met people who
in LA I don't feel like it's that big of a deal.
But I've met people who have either said or hinted at they don't have a problem with me being gay, but they do think these aren't like good friends, but people that wonder why I choose though to date a black gay man. Still in this day and age, and you're like, what the fuck? Anyway, just let the people love y'all. They're going to Mexico.
Not yet.
Well, they're going to be with
Mexico.
You sound so sweet till I got a stomach flu. I shipped my pets on the plane back. I'm never going back again.
Isn't it exactly your story?
That is exactly what happened to me the last time I went to Mexico City.
Y'all, there's a Jimmy Buffett musical called Escape to Margaritaville right now, and it has one of the worst books. I saw it. It has one of the worst books.
You saw it?
Yes.
Worse than Rock of Ages? Not Rock of Ages, than the Queen musical?
Then We Will Rock You.
We Will Rock You is one of the worst
That's
pieces
like
of
choosing
shit.
the Lady or the Tiger. I don't know.
That's... Ooh.
I don't know. Escape to Margaritaville is
So,
terrible.
I guess-
Don't see it if it comes to your city.
Don't see it, y'all. Go support local theater.
Yeah, go see something at your local
instead of a big
99-seat
shitty
theater.
tour. So one thing that I kind of know that I feel like they didn't explain in the first episode, y'all, once they ask them to get married, they're out of the pool. They're still in the house.
Yeah.
So they're still going to be in the what do you call it, the Pussy Lounge?
They're still in the Pussy Palace and then the
Palace.
Sean Cody Winter Getaway.
In the Sean Cody Winter Getaway
House,
their
yeah.
house, the lounge. They're still in the boys and the girls' house.
They haven't left like Love Island.
but they're not going on individual dates anymore. Okay.
They're just there to give moral support.
Okay.
They can be there for props for conversation. They really should get them out. I kind of agree.
They should.
They don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, just take them off.
They're just masturbating when
That's
everyone
true.
else is going off dates. Like Cameron's just jerking off. I'd pay to see that.
I'd pay to see that too. I just have a couple of things before we jump into the people in the pods. Ooh, I like that. The people in the pod.
The pod people.
The,
Pod time.
Amber still wears chokers, and I don't know how I feel about this.
Well-
Is this coming back, or is this she's crazy, she likes to be choked? I need y'all to let us know.
I think her situation is akin to the story of
Are we recording? Yeah, just checking. Didn't know.
when that girl. Y'all, those who are new to us, we do that all the time.
We went 20 minutes one time without fucking
and
recording.
now we have to see. I
Yeah.
really should check every time because
We should.
you seem to slip about that
You
sometimes.
know, when you're running all the tech and the other person's just
and
talent,
I'm being ideas.
sometimes it
and
gets
sometimes,
difficult.
y'all, the idea game that I have to do at the beginning is exhausting.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this though, the choker.
Yes.
So remember that story in like More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, where the girl is wearing the little thing around her neck, and all of a sudden the guy really loved her, and he said, "Why don't you take it off? I want to just be with you." She's like, "No, I can never take this off." And one time she fell asleep, and she took it off, and her head fell off.
Yes.
That's Amber.
That's Amber.
Except with Amber, she would all of a sudden, when you would take it off, she would even say worse things like, "Oh my God, my pussy itches."
Probably.
She would like, her actual self would come out because Amber's hiding her crazy behind a wall, and it's slowly eking out.
So maybe it's more like, and this is spoiler alert if you're the two people that haven't watched it, maybe it's like in Game of Thrones when the red woman takes off her necklace and she's an old crony bitch instead of young and pretty with nice tits.
Her choker is actually keeping her civil.
Remember when you saw that she was old?
I gasped.
That show was so good until the end.
Last 2 seasons. But the dragons were great, y'all.
That's true.
So you want to jump into the pod?
Yeah,
we'll go back to Pussy Palace and Sean Cody Winter Getaway.
We're going to go back to there later. Yeah, there's going to be some talk.
I want to start out with Damien and Gigi.
Damien and Gigi. She's from Venezuela.
She's from Venezuela.
That's important because it's part of a plot line.
And she's the lost Kardashian sister.
She is. She is gorgeous.
She is, but she keeps reminding me of the younger Kardashian
They're
girls.
all fucking movie star gorgeous. I'm telling you. Well, actually, the women are. And the guys are.
At least 4 of the guys are really hot.
4 of the guys are really hot.
Yeah.
Damien.
Damien's cute, y'all. He's got a huge fucking dick.
Big dick alert.
Y'all, and you
Big
think I'm
dick
just
alert.
saying it about everybody. There's only 2 of the cast members who have huge dick men.
Poodle said, quote, It's the biggest in the house.
It's the biggest in the house.
Swing low, sweet
Dickosaurus.
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 Coming for to carry me.
Dickosaurus.
That's what a Dickosaurus says. The dick just raises up and it goes.
There's sometimes when
Just
you've
gonna
seen a
bite your
Dickosaurus
poontang.
and you actually think, am I afraid for my life?
How am I going to do this?
Because you're thinking, part of you says, I love a challenge, and part of you says, I want to walk tomorrow.
Yeah. You're like, There's a strange dick in my house. Bum.
You can look at Poodle's Gay Club Glitter Mix for that song.
You can.
To me, a stranger in my house.
To be you can.
You can go on Spotify and
We
look
do.
for
It's
that.
Spotify. I got to put that in the show links. Poodle's Gay Club
Yeah,
Mix.
you forget about it every time. Anyway, so Damien's a country boy, y'all. He's a redhead. His
is.
family's important. She really likes him. There's a great song about halfway there where it's like, we're running back together. We're running back together. Nice third. And that song is by...
Who's the band that sings that song, Poodle?
That song is by a great kind of unsigned band that we found called the Berry Brothers.
The Berry Brothers. Okay, great.
Strangely enough, it is two trans women.
Oh, okay.
But strangely enough, they love to dress up like...
Is it bears as in B-E-A-R or bears as in like strawberries?
B-E-A-R.
B-E-A-R, okay.
Makes all sense on the world. And
Yeah.
boys is with an O.
Boys or brothers, you mean?
Brothers. And brothers is with a B-U-B-R-U-T-H-A-Z.
Oh, brothers.
Uh-huh.
Brothers.
Berry Brothers.
Berry Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They were great.
They are.
Great. So Damien says a line that is not prompted by a producer at all. Did something happen in your past to cause you to not feel beautiful?
That was much better acted and delivered than he did it. But y'all, I think Damien is cute and sweet. There's not a lot going on upstairs.
Not smart.
Or here's the thing. I think he doesn't do well in social situations. I think he may... I don't want to say he's on the spectrum because I don't want to say that. He's not always the most easy to relate to.
Well, I just think he could be shy or whatever. Damien's a general manager. I think that was his job.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's general manager
Of a car lot. That's how he dresses.
Lot, of a Tonka truck factory.
El Coyote.
Of El Coyote. Of like a tech company.
Of a Mimi's Cafe.
I kind of think he is the manager at
That's
Mimi's
it.
Cafe.
Mimi's.
Y'all,
he moved up through the ranks.
My mother, Bonnie, baby, let's just go to Mimi's and have a glass of that Riesling and some bread.
She likes Riesling.
Loves her white Riesling and just a little bread.
No, Riesling is such a sweet wine. I can't handle it.
I can't handle it. Come at us if your mother loves Riesling.
Hey, baby, let's go to Mimi's.
And she usually says kind of Riesling.
Riesling.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, she got picked on a lot in high school.
And guess what? He did too.
He did too. Because you know what? I bet he was nerdy, not cute.
And you know what?
Not athletic boy.
She put on the pounds, and she's fine now.
And she's a muscle man now.
That
he's
face,
ripped.
that face has always given off the big dick aura.
Oh, yeah. You know, the smart girls knew.
They did.
You know, Jennifer's or Ashley's were just out fucking those Barnetts and those pretty boys in high school. But there was one girl whose name was like... There was one girl who was...
It was Elisa.
Elisa. Yes, Elisa.
Who fucked his brains out in high
Who
school.
fucked his brains out because she was that smart bitch that knew.
Because she loved to ride that flagpole. Woo!
Woo! Elisa or Rachel.
Woo!
Yes, definitely.
Woo! Just like a maypole. Just slide all the way down.
It's true.
Anyway, so they're starting to get really close, y'all.
They're getting close.
Gigi basically says, I self-sabotage all the time.
Her parents' divorces fucked her up,
Fucked her
which
up.
is true. So then we don't really get. Here's the deal, though. They talk about like being, but they don't ever talk. Or he doesn't really talk about a lot of specific stuff. It's like surfacey. Cut to Rory's helping him with breathing exercises.
Rory, the PA, who
take deep breaths, bro.
who is probably getting scale for this.
Probably.
And he's saying, it's okay to propose. Damien walks in a suit that is way too small for him to be doing. He must have pumped a lot of iron in between.
I mean, I bet his arms feel like just mountains.
Yeah, I guarantee you he's going to look good with his shirt off.
I'm going to climb that mountain high.
I want to now. We guys tell each other we love each other, and now we're getting to the proposal.
Oh yeah, woo!
I need a moment, as we say on 90 Day Gaze, to process this. But we're going to do this right now as a Love Is Blind theater.
And okay.
I'm going to be playing the role of Damien.
I'm playing the role of the empty
and you're
box.
Going to be playing the role. No. You're gonna, you can play the empty box if you'd like, but you're also going to be playing Gigi.
Okay, fine. I'll play the role of this, just acting responsibilities. I'll play the role of the empty box and Gigi.
Okay.
I'm the Meryl fucking Streep of podcasting.
So here we go.
Okay,
Gigi, I gotta tell you, I started. Hold on, I need a moment.
It's okay, baby.
You see that box there? The one that was just there that was put by Rory, the PA?
It's empty.
I know. Here's the thing. I started putting all kinds of things in it that was in my travels, and, then I thought, no, this is stupid. No, I'm not going to do this. And then I thought about, I only love my mama and my brother and my daddy. And no, you deserve more than this. I cannot give you this box. So I unwrapped are you following all this?
I'm just listening, and I'm a little scared.
And then I took the top off the box, and I put my dick in it for a while. And then it's huge, by the way. And then I said, no, I am your gift. And for some reason, I put a bow tie around my wrist. That makes sense, right?
I'm just listening and concerned.
When can we fuck? And scene.
Does this gift have a receipt? Because she's going to want to return this box.
Everyone who was watching, and the weird vanity bow tie around his wrist made no sense.
You were actually, oddly enough, a little more well-spoken than he was even.
It did not make a lot of sense.
It did not make sense. It was a lot of Poodle says. It was a lot of Instagram memes put together into a proposal.
But I am your gift was one of the strangest things I've ever heard.
And then we're left with Gigi speechless. And y'all, we won't know. We have to wait till next episode if they're going to be together or not.
And then they run towards the little frozen window, and he jizzes on it. P.S. Someone had to jerk off in those rooms.
Barnett.
Barnett jerked
off
when he was probably talking to Amber.
Oh, yes.
Amber phone sexed him. The opposite of phone sex, maybe pod sexed him.
And
through
Amber
the
went
thing.
to the Palms bar and invited her finger friends. I know it happened.
Oh, Amber. God, I hate Amber. The next one I have on my list
I have Carlton and Diamond.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Smiles like a diamond, live like a diamond.
So Carlton has proposed, y'all.
He gets down on one knee.
She collapses into the couch. Now, as we learned last episode,
Hey,
Carlton
stop honking.
Carlton has his heart is open, and he sees people as hearts and not genitalia. So he's the short answer for that, y'all, is we learned this. He's been down the dick sucking highway.
Yep. I'm going down the dick-sucking highway.
And to
I'm
be
sucking
honest-
long, I don't know when. And when I see that digger coming, I'm gonna be back in that shame pen again.
I would like to say that is Muddy Water from Big River.
It was kind of a takeoff
And I'm
of that song.
horrified that you just made that song about that.
Oh, look out for him who takes sucking water.
He's that for me, and that is mine.
And he's got a dick for sucking my dick. He's gonna climb that dick and he's gonna find it and ride.
You had to throw your head back to do that last one.
We're gonna have to put that on the musical episode. That's gonna have to be on the musical episode. That's either when you
Give me a
just
moment.
subscribe to the rest of the Patreon or you left.
I think someone has just left. Y'all, you can tell we only do this show for us, for what interests us. For people who say we talk about dicks and just like sing and say y'all all the time, that's the show.
That's the show.
I'm sorry, it's not going to change.
Well, you apparently, here's what I want to just criticize. When your heart is open and you don't
When
tell
your heart is
someone that
not
when you're
open.
fucking other people,
Yeah, well, here's
like,
the
I'm
thing.
just sad for him and he's a
Is-
dick.
Well, there's a big question here. Do you need to reveal your entire past when you've known each other for 6 days and you get engaged? Is it something you bring up? Now, let's say it's been 10 years since he's dated guys. I think it's all about what he considers himself. The problem is we don't know what he considers himself.
We don't know what he considers himself. I
I
think,
think he's walking around with a lot of shame because he dated guys.
you know
That's
what
I
it is?
see.
It's actually, for me, so come at us in the Sissy Squad. Let us know, or on the Patreon comments for this episode. Yeah, y'all, by the way, if you're listening to Patreon, if y'all want to talk to each other, there's a whole comment thing for each episode.
There
y'all,
is.
Y'all can all talk about this shit. It's actually not that he dates guys.
No.
It's how he's handling dating the guys.
And the shame of it all.
It's
Yep.
the shame of it all, the way he's crying.
The shame of it all.
He's saying things like, quote, because I wrote this, I'm not letting any doubt or insecurities from the past take this from me. You make me feel like I don't have to hide. So what I'm hearing is this guy's in a shame. He's crying, saying he's been craving acceptance his whole life. This is not someone who says, yeah, I've dated women, I've dated men.
I'm fine with
I love
it.
all people.
Yeah.
If he came in with that energy, first of all, I think they would have mentioned it.
And I think he's deeply ashamed of his times that he's dated guys.
We talk a lot about intention on the show. It's not the action, it's the intention.
Agreed.
That's what bothers.
And what he's bringing to it.
Yep.
I want to talk about when they do meet. They open the doors. He starts running toward her. You can see her like kind of glazed look in her eyes that maybe this wasn't exactly the kind of guy.
Awkward.
And then after some niceties, he tells her, "You fly," and she says the same thing, but it's higher and goes, "You fly."
Yeah. He's like, you fly. She's like, you fly. fly away, bitch.
Make me a bird so I can fly,
Fly
far
away.
Yo, that's when someone says to me on Grindr, "Oh my God, you're so handsome," and if I type back, you could hear my typing, it'd be like, "So are you."
So are you.
When
Because
your voice goes up an octave,
Because if he's really
You're
thinks you're
lying.
hot, someone will tell Poodle, they'll say, Poodle, you're so handsome, and he'll say, show me your dick. Because that means he's into
Maybe.
you. So, yeah. And then if you look at their body language, even if we
she's feeling it.
If we compare this to, first of all, Cameron and
You
Lauren.
can't
which is
compare anything to Cameron
and
and
honestly,
Lauren.
we're going to talk about it in a minute. But if you compare it to Kelly and Kenny's, like
later, yeah.
But they like kind of hug each other, and then they like step back like 2 feet away. The way you like meet somebody that you used to fuck at your 10-year reunion. Y'all kind
Now, I
Come
will
at us
say,
if it was awkward when you saw the person you fucked at your 10-year reunion.
I didn't date girls in high school, so I don't know.
Yeah. You will say what?
I will say about Kenny and Kelly, we're going to talk about them in a little bit. They are the potato salad of couples, y'all.
Their whole segment was 7 minutes, and that's all we need.
You will eat potato salad if it's there, but unless some restaurant says we have the best potato salad in the world, you're not touching that potato salad because you don't care.
They are the
maybe if you're still hungry at the end of your meal.
They are the what is it? Zach and Alexandra of Love Island.
I loved Zach though.
They were so boring to me.
Oh, I just wanted to do Zach.
Oh, I know, but boring.
But Kenny and Kelly, they're fine, y'all.
Let's talk about them. I think we're done with Carlton and Diamond.
I agree.
Right? So
I kept saying, "Who are these people?"
My name's Kelly Chase, and I'm Kenny Barnes, and Kenny is a vacuum salesman.
Are you certain?
He's got to be his vacuum salesman.
I thought he was like a car salesman. That's what it felt like to me.
Vacuum, car, or insurance.
Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with it. He just kind of has that friendly preacher. I'm going to sell you something.
He does.
Vibe.
Friend, let me tell you this. Like
let
my
me
father
tell you
says.
this. What's your favorite book, friend? What's your favorite childhood book?
No, she asked that question, which is a great question.
It's a great question.
And he says, "Forever My Baby You'll Be," which is a book. Now, that is a children's book. What kind of freaked me out was when he's like, "Yeah, I kind of read it again 3 or 4 years ago." Where would you get it? And why would you decide to read a children's book?
A Barnes & Noble, maybe.
But to seek out, this book really meant a lot to me. Forever. Yeah, forever.
Well,
I'll be my mama's baby forever. It was a strange thing to say that he'd read it 3 or 4 years ago.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's more to know about Kenny, but we don't get to know really a lot about him.
You know what? There's not.
Kelly Chase, y'all. Kelly Chase is
I
that pretty,
really like her.
She is that pretty smart girl who won homecoming queen at my high school.
I really like her.
She is.
She
kind of
reminds
athletic.
me of a gymnast in like the 80s. She reminds me of like Carrie Strug,
Yeah.
Mary Lou Retton.
She reminds me of April McAllister. That's who she reminds me of.
I don't know who that is, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
She's a softball coach now, and her husband's a coach too, and she's still real fit, real pretty, and they just have cute kid.
I don't think
baby.
I've ever met a softball coach who was married to a man.
You know what? And she is not a lesbian.
You know what? Good for her.
Because there are some girls that play. We had a very good softball team at Lone Grove High School.
I guess I'm going to hear about this.
I look back at a lot of them now, and I'm like, they all, not all. I was like, some of them, they just should date. Life would be easier because the men that they went on to date and divorce and had 3 babies with since high school, fucked them over.
Oh,
I'm like, oh. That sucks for you. But April McAllister, she was one of those smart girls who like waited to date guys.
Oh.
She didn't like fuck around with them. So she did it later in high school and then kind of...
Like lesbians do?
No, I really don't think she has a lesbian vibe.
All right.
Yeah.
But softball is the sport.
Oh.
Softball or volleyball, y'all?
Volleyball, yeah.
Or shot put.
Women's rugby. Yeah.
So anyway... I already said this, but
flag football.
Someone's got to have jerked off in these pods.
Yes.
When you're talking to someone.
So Kenny and Kelly talk about...
He proposes.
They really bonded because this... I just want to say, this is the extent of their deepness.
Yeah.
I fell alone. She cries and says, I fell alone too.
Let's get married.
That's kind of it.
This would be a nap. If all the couples were like this.
It's kind of a problem. I kind of think in the editing, they almost should not have put Cameron and Lauren first.
You know, I agree with that.
It kind of fucked everything.
I feel like...
They were amazing.
I agree with that. And I feel like the show...
Drop.
No, I don't want to go there. The show...
Y'all, Poodle literally can't handle them breaking up.
No.
I
have anxiety when people mention that. I feel like this whole show was a ton of pre-production and a ton of production on the set, the effects, everything to detail. But I feel like the story editing wasn't the way it should be.
I agree with that.
So far, just seeing episode 1 and 2.
Netflix, let us know.
I feel like the story editing is kind of really subpar.
Netflix, hire us.
If you want to get an idea about story editing, watch the last season of 90 Day Fiancé, season 7, because they edited the motherfuck out of that.
They sure did.
Yeah, to the point where it was too much. That's too much story editing.
Now, Can we talk about his proposal real quick?
Yeah.
I thought this was sweet because they can't see each other. So I thought it was sweet. He was like, close your eyes, covers your eyes, and like just listen to the sound of my voice and like be present. I thought that was sweet.
But she could have kept her eyes open and done the same thing.
Would you have closed your eyes or would you have kept them open?
Kept them open.
You're that bitch in church that looked at everybody while they were praying.
Oh, ask my mother. And my mother would say, close your eyes. What do you have to look around for? Why don't you people can see you.
Would you just comment on people while they were praying?
My mother would squeeze my hand. If she saw me with my eyes open, she would say, this is disrespectful. She's like, everyone else is being very, very respectful, and you're not.
She just could have put that on loop for your entire childhood.
It's like, what is there to look at in here? It's just a church.
Just a church. So I thought that line was sweet when he said, I can't wait to learn to love you more.
I did. You know what? It's not that I don't like them, y'all.
I like them.
They're potato salad.
They're just not entertaining.
Yeah. Seriously. There's nothing bad about potato salad.
You know,
Sometimes you'll eat it and you're like, this is decent.
They're a 6-inch dick. Y'all.
No, 6 inches is pretty good.
I mean,
I can do a lot with 6 inches. They're like a 5.
They're a 5-inch dick. They're great.
It's a good night. It's
going to do well.
You might have to do a little more work than you think you would.
You would.
A little more acrobatics.
Mm-hmm. You might have to
make sure your bed frame, your headboard is a little more.
Yeah, you might have to get out a cock ring or two.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a good night for everybody.
And if they know how to do it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they're potato salad and a 5-inch dick.
But when
a 5-inch dick isn't bad, y'all.
But when you've got
if your husband's got a 5er, you're fine.
If you got an 8-inch Latin dick that's just saying hola, and you're like, whoa.
It's hard to choose the middle bed like
Goldilocks.
It's hard to say it's just right when it ain't.
It's true. Anyway, they see one another. And again, they run and they kiss each other and they hold each other the way people should.
And he's much taller than she is, so
and
it's kind of
cute. And
then we
get the great love ballad. Wait until it's my time. Wait until it's my time. Ooh, ah, which a lot of people don't know is by a group called the Ooh-ahs. That's them singing their band.
Ooh-ahs.
Uh-huh. Yes. And it's a group of 40 people that all sound like one person. They're
like Eric Whitacre Choir.
They're an indigenous people's tribe from Alaska.
Oh,
a lot of people don't know that.
I love a good indigenous peoples.
It's true.
Inuit.
Yes, there you go. Okay.
Are we ready to talk about Barnett and Elsie / Jessica
Amber / Jessica.
It's like those shirts for the book A Little Life, which if you read A Little Life, maybe you didn't, but like whatever his name is, like Nico blah 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 blah. It's like 4 names.
You just lost all of our audience. Like one person is saying yes.
It's very LA, I should say, in New York. But anyway, they're in like a quad, y'all.
Who do you want to start with first?
Let's just talk about Barnett in general and let's go to Elsie first.
You called it in our last episode.
What?
He's a
flying
fuckboy everywhere, giving everybody what they want.
Awful.
And
absolutely awful.
He's
kind of me in my late 20s, early 30s.
But he's going to be that husband that keeps fucking up because I'm just such a fuck up. I actually think he's kind of a bit of a...
And it's worse. And it's worse because he says something like every time he fucks up, he learns from it. And he convinces his wife or the girlfriend he's with that he's not going to do it anymore, or that we're past this.
Yeah.
We're so strong we can weather this. And the problem is he's such a sweet talker. I'm sure there's a term for this where he's so good at emotional intelligence and convincing people that telling them what they want to hear.
Well, honestly, a sociopath, but I don't think he's
not a sociopath. He's just a narcissist.
Yeah. There's It's almost too, like, in a weird way, he has too much maybe empathy, meaning that he reads people and feels what people are feeling so well that he picks up on it, but it's like he doesn't make the connection then.
I think you got it.
He doesn't make the connection to use that empathy of how his actions affect them.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's very odd.
And he can read people and tell you what you need to hear at that moment. He can kind of help us because both of us are pretty empathetic, and that's what our job is. As you look
it's
off,
cloudy outside.
As you look off into a different direction,
I thought I saw a
while
thundercloud.
I talk about empathy.
I thought I saw a thundercloud,
I was like,
y'all.
because most of us are really listeners. And this bitch is not even. His eyes are like rolling around his head. God, I need a new person to do this show with. Anyway, Barnett to me is my worst nightmare in my 20s.
Oof.
He's my worst nightmare.
Oof.
Even in my early 30s.
You would have come home so much without your clothes.
Yeah, which I did a couple times. But
yeah.
But y'all, we've all had Barnett.
We've all
had this guy.
Yeah. He was my the K word. Remember the K word guy? Oh boy, thank God that went away.
Anyway, y'all. So Elsie is basically saying he says, Elsie, I like you. And so he's gaslighting 3 of these girls. And then the next thing, should we talk about Barnett now and Amber?
Well, he's like, he says this with every girl. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
We're so freaking similar. We're so similar. We're so much
sadly
alike.
enough, I think he believes all of it.
Yeah.
I think because he doesn't understand, you're right, he's so empathetic, he's so open-nerved that he's letting everything in but not realizing how it really affects other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do need to talk about something with LC. Y'all, this
Makes
is
me think of Lauren Conrad.
This is a red flag.
Rain on your lips. No one else can feel it for you. No one else can let it in. No one else can feel the rain on your skin. Okay, that's it. Thank you for that upper harmony.
You're welcome. Y'all, we love.
We're learning how to read each other well. You're finally learning what to do.
Great. Thank you.
I say finally, like my mother would.
If you're dating a guy and he has a ukulele and can't play one fucking song on it, that's a red flag. Red. You know why he carries a ukulele?
Of course he has a ukulele.
So he looks fucking cute and you comment on a ukulele. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
And it's sad because she can't even see how he looks playing the ukulele.
And I used to think he was kind of hot because I think he's amazing in bed.
I knew you would go away with this.
But you had seen this episode.
Yes,
hadn't.
I had.
After I saw this, I was like, you're a fucking tool. I don't have time for you. You're just going to give me HPV and regret. That's all Barnett's going to give you. That's exactly what Barnett's going to give you.
He is riddled with HPV.
Oh, yeah.
Riddled with it.
Had to learn that the hard way, ladies.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Probably has herpes, too.
If you can't play the ukulele and you have one, this is a metaphor, ladies, of he's not going to show up as a husband in your life. Anyway, now we can move on to Amber.
Amber. So we're going to talk about Amber. I want to talk about Amber. So Barnett has this kind of triangle quad with Amber, Jessica, and LC going on. Let's talk about Amber first. Who is like a cool girl? She's like, I'm a cool girl. Like, I'm an army girl. I can blow up a tank.
And Barnett's like, so when we get out of here, are we going to be like all engaged and shit? So romantic. He's dumb.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing which really gets her, gets him hooked when she tells that story of the unwanted pregnancy that she had. And the guy was like, how can we fix it? As she is drinking
from her Sutter House bottle.
Sutter Home.
Sutter Home. That's what it is.
My mother Poodle loves a good Sutter Home.
Does she really?
She loves, can I have some Sutter Home Chardonnay? Only if you don't have Kendall Jackson, though. Y'all, if you drink Kendall Jackson, you're a basic bitch.
I remember when I first started. I
love me some Kendall Jackson, and I'm basic.
When I worked at Interurban Restaurant,
you're really basic,
I remember
though.
this beautiful woman came in, and she's like, can I have some Kendall Jackson? That's fancy.
It's not.
In Ardmore, Oklahoma, it is.
She loves her some Sutter Home or Kendall Jackson, y'all.
She does.
Anyway,
And
she
keep
did
going.
this kind of weird, like, emotional thing where she like basically made him say, if we get pregnant out of wedlock, you will never make me have an
abort the
abortion.
baby. Which she said got very depressed, and the other half just wasn't over it. Which, y'all, this is home. I have a friend in life who was going to do like an abortion, and that's what she wanted to do, and she made 3 appointments, and the guy never showed up. And then she heard the heartbeat, and she's like, well, I can't do it now. It's
No,
my baby.
I can't tell anyone what to do in that situation.
But I do like that she told this story, in that I think a lot of women go through this where guys say, like, I'll support you in this, and then they kind of drop out, and they're just...
Well, it would have been better if she wasn't Amber who told this story.
It's true, yes. That's true.
If she was anyone else, y'all...
If Kelly told this story, I would have cried.
If Kelly told this story, I would say, what a learning experience for everyone.
But with Amber, I'm like, why didn't you just take the fucking pill?
With Amber, I feel like...
Put the shot in your arm.
I feel like...
that little thing they have, you can get a shot in your arm. It gives you birth control.
If you can see my face right now.
No, but can't you?
Or you can do like Plan B.
Or whatever.
Do you know what Plan B is, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is it?
You take the pill if you think you're pregnant.
You do know what it is.
Yeah, I've had to take it many a time. Many a time. I'm actually not judging her choices, and she got pregnant.
Neither am I.
I'm not that at all. But
it's just like, this is the last bitch I wanted to hear this from.
Yes, it's because it's her. Yeah. And then... I mean, he's saying, I guess, we never really find out if Barnett says he's going to be there for
but
her.
I feel like this kind of rocks him to think, oh, she has actual feelings.
Which I thought, though, was a cop-out. They never responded to his answer.
No, they didn't.
But they did have this, again, y'all, huge hit. Huge hit. This was the original theme to Christopher Nolan's Batman. A lot of people don't know. And it was one of those songs that starts off like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wanna get inside your mind. We can have a good time. And just depressing.
This band...
But it was the band, yeah.
This band is called Free Throw, but spelled R-F-E-E-E, Free Throw, but like F-R-O. And it is 3 black women with actual afros.
Oh!
Free Throw.
Free Throw.
Free Throw.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that type of song.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about...
Shall we go to Barnett and Jessica?
Yes, and I feel like in this is perfect. I feel like we're going to be copying Jessica, Barnett, and also Jessica and Mike. Because it's all kind of...
Mark. You can't remember his name.
Mark. I'm Mark. I'll remember it now because of Rent.
So
one blaze of glory.
Glory. You know the saddest thing is about Rent?
Oh God.
Get off topic.
I'm sorry. We were close.
One song, Glory, is such a better song than the song he's been trying to write the whole time called Your Eyes. Anyway.
Your eyes,
you died of AIDS. But strangely you come back, but Angel doesn't. I don't see the equity in that.
Was that the actual lyric?
No.
I didn't know because they were that bad. Sorry, y'all. We don't love
We're
Rent.
not Rent heads.
We're not Rent heads.
Come
Sorry.
at us. Come at us. I will come for fucking you.
It happened at a good place and time. Anyway.
So Jessica, anytime she's with Barnett, she's like, "Hey, B."
Hey, B.
And yeah, she's like, he's like, she's like, "So, do you think we're gonna be here together?" And he's like, "At this place, if there were no other guys and no other girls, yeah." Not what you want to hear.
Where she took us that, like, she's like,
"Oh my God, I'm getting married.
He's proposing.
Oh my God, he told me he was going to propose to me."
Which, let's back up. So she takes that information. So let's jump around a little bit. And she literally just walks into Mike and says...
In the Pussy Palace.
Mark. She walks into Mark in their pod and says... She doesn't want to walk away from things, but that basically she's got to follow her heart.
So we're going to Mark and Jessica.
Well, no, we have to.
Yeah.
Because he said that, and then Mark
She's
literally...
like, I think I should walk away.
Mark is crushed, but instead of being sad, because most men can't
Actually,
be
he
sad...
went, what the fuck?
He just gets angry, because that's the emotion all men can
it's
have.
acceptable male emotion.
Just saying, let your men have other emotions, y'all.
Let your boys, y'all, if you have young boys, if they want to like cry, let
them cry. Don't pat them on the butt and say walk it off. Don't tell them to
or
man
like my
up.
mother says, be a big boy. And I dressed my mother down. I said, if he wants to fucking cry because his seatbelt won't work, let him fucking cry.
Let him fucking cry.
Yeah. Because that holding up that cry is what'll like make him like smack his girlfriend across the room.
Yeah.
Later on. Not to say that my mom is responsible for spousal
Wow.
abuse.
If she hears that show, she's going to say, I mean. God. So Mike's like, what the fuck? And Jessica's like, I don't want to jump again. He's like, I love you. She's like,
You're 10 years younger.
I don't know how to say this, but you're 10 years younger than me.
I don't get why she's hung up on this.
It's an excuse.
It's an excuse. Like, who fucking
you know why?
cares?
Do you know how old Barnett is? 27.
Yeah.
He's 7 years younger than she is.
Instead of 10.
Almost every meme on the internet has been like, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Jessica is 34.
Yeah, I don't know if we know.
And I think, though, she feels like she is old, which is why she says that. And because she feels like she's old and past her prime, she dates men in their 40s. Because she thinks they're the only ones who'll love me.
Yep.
So
I guarantee
Jessica
you,
feels shitty about herself,
Jessica
y'all.
doesn't have a good relationship with her dad, y'all. So shocker.
That's
you can take that to the therapeutic bank.
Ooh.
Honestly, her and Barnett are a lot alike because in that they are these people that can't make decisions. Like, if you were behind Barnett and Jessica in a Chipotle, you're going to be there fucking ever. They're not going to know. They don't know if it's a bowl,
Y'all.
if it's tacos,
Oh.
sofritas,
Wait,
or if they're going to do carne.
Do you have sopritos?
Wait,
Is
Can
it
you
fresh?
do corn tortillas?
How long has it been since you've done it?
and then they get halfway and make the wheat tortillas. And they're like,
oh my God,
So
I don't want
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. I
I'm
can't
so
do
sorry.
corn. Can you do corn, please?
Can we have an extra sour cream on the side?
come at us if you're that bitch in Chipotle that needs to make a decision.
Y'all, when you walk, it's like being in Starbucks. When you walk out of Chipotle, you know what you
You
want.
know what you want.
No one needs to see you decide or get samples.
It's true. And then as Mike is like, it's all or nothing, we hear,
Mark,
Mark,
you
this
keep
will
saying
be.
it's true.
This will be my final teardrop.
I love that
Dropping from
song.
me.
Yes.
This will be my final teardrop.
This is by a group from Texas called Skincare.
SKYNNKARE.
Yes, Skincare. They're
Fronted by a group by leader Ronnie Skin.
Ronnie Skin.
SKYNN.
they're from Midland.
Which is where George W. Bush's
Where
ranch
GW
is.
So
God, I long for George W. Bush right now.
we can't talk about politics.
Sorry.
We can't talk about politics. So anyway, which I've wondered, you've seen a couple, I wondered if they ever do talk about politics on this show.
Not that I've seen.
Because that would be important to know in this day and age. But anyway, so Jessica leaves Mike that she's broken up with him.
Mark,
So
you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I apologize to everyone
dyslexic.
who has. You can't use that because you forget their name.
sure. And so Jessica goes back to Barnett. And then I feel like this is an appropriate time for a little Love is Blind theater.
Okay.
I'm going to start. I'll be playing the role of Barnett.
Where are my notes?
And Poodle is going to be playing the role of Jessica.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with Barnett, who's always into some freaky deaky, let's jack off shit.
Okay.
And Barnett says, hey, babe, let's do something fun.
Okay. Is it true that you still feel the same way about me?
Oh, it's truth or dare, babe.
Yeah, I knew the truth.
Yeah, that changed. Woo! Babe, we think the game's over.
I mean, I feel like I should go. I don't fuck with people like you. I mean, oh my God, I know like a million guys like you.
Can I play you something on my ukulele, babe?
You do this with something else. I'm so fucking over this right now. Oh my God. I can't do this.
And she leaves the room, and then we hear, "Bye, Jessica." Door
And
shut.
outside the room, she goes, I'd still blow you.
This was
And scene.
and scene. That was, by the way, that was because it really was her monologue. That was quite good, Poodle.
Thank you.
This was riveting
Y'all, I
television.
fucking hate her.
Karma is so wonderful.
So guess
So
who
wonderful.
the bitch has to creep back to?
Yes.
Mark, and she's crying the next day.
So we're explaining this because some of you don't watch the show. You just like to listen to us. And you're literally probably yelling at your car and saying,
I hate
"No,
you, stupid
no,
bitch.
she fucking didn't."
She's going to come back to him, and she's crying.
Yes,
And,
she fucking did.
And she's like, I'm so sorry what I did. I'm so sorry about what I did. And he's like, it feels like I'm just an option to you.
Yep.
And so then
And he
she
basically
apologizes.
Yeah. And then kind of we get a little bit in the Sean Cody weekend getaway. Mike is pissed. He's
Mark.
Mark. Well, I typed Mike, so I keep reading my
That's
notes.
the problem.
Well,
Y'all, his language problems go far beyond this.
So Mark is like, he's angry. Am I being played? I don't want to put my heart out. So that's going on. Cut to, that's what he did. But when she gets ruined by Barnett,
Oh yeah, she talks to Amber. She's like, in the Pussy Palace. She's
and
like,
she's drunk at
I
this
mean,
point.
I just want to tell you, like, you don't know what he told me last night, and you're gonna be like, he's gonna like do the same thing to you, and like he treated me like shit. So I don't want the same thing happen to you. I mean, like, it's not that I like hate you. It's just that I want to tell you that like he's not gonna do the same thing to me.
And she does what so many women do, where they think their words sound like they're making it about them, but they're really saying,
No, they're
she
saying-
says, "Do not make you look like so stupid, like he just made me look."
I don't want him to make you look stupid like he made me look a little fool. I mean,
Which, as this is going on, there's this really riveting, tense song called "Say You Hate Me" playing.
say you hate me, say you hate me, say you hate me, dear little baby.
Who sings this song,
And
Poodle?
that is by a great band called John Paul Jones Sank the Battleship. Strangely enough, is a woman
A woman.
from Thailand.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Who was really influenced by a lot of Paula Cole as a teenager.
A lot of Where Are All the Cowboys Gone?
But this is all I have to say about her. Y'all, beware of a white blonde woman with a glass of wine and an oversized sweater from Free People. Because that bitch is
That is from Free
that
People.
bitch is basic, and she will come for you.
And she will keep coming for you until she's drunk and she's convinced herself to feel better.
We're gonna cut. I haven't seen the rest of these up, but we're gonna get at Jessica of, why did you do that?
I've seen episode 3, so yeah.
We're gonna get that, y'all, and it's gonna be messy. I think that's about
That's
it for me. That's my
basically
note.
all I had. It's just such a fucking mess.
So to categorize, put a cap on this, Poodle. What is your straight people be crazy of this episode? I should have thought of this and I forgot.
My straight people be crazy is when you tell Mark, when Jessica tells Mark that, like, I don't feel the same way. I mean, it's like, I'm trying to, like, make you understand. And he says, it's like, because my mother says if you love something, let it go. No, you hold on to it.
And let it go, and then if it comes back to you, it was meant to be.
That is not a great way to
That's
live,
not a
y'all.
great way to live.
That's a straight people be crazy. You hold on to what you
'Cause
need.
Poodle, you squeeze it till it dies.
Exactly.
I will say,
You wring out however much you need and you throw it away.
so going to that moment as well, for me, straight people be crazy because, y'all, If this happened to a gay person, we would never come back to you.
Exactly.
We would,
That's what I'm
in
saying.
fact,
I would just
We
fuck
would-
around and date someone who looked just like you.
we would orchestrate an orgy that involved like 4 guys, invite the guy that broke up with us, make sure he's there that wants to get back with me, and then I would literally fuck other people in front of him. That's what I would do.
I agree.
I agree. All right, everybody. Well, that's the episode. I just realized we don't do Patreon props for this. That's
We do
okay,
not.
right? And we're not going
We don't
to.
know. Someone may subscribe.
We'll do it later
It's
down
fine.
the road. Yeah, it's fine. You get it enough.
Y'all, this is a very interesting show that we're doing. And, no, you take this. I'm sorry.
What are you going to say? Oh, no. We're going to say, go to sissy.talk.com.
Oh, you're right.
You can look at all of our episodes there.
We got 90 Day Fiancé.
We got 90 Day Fiancé. We got Sweet Tea. God, we have so much. I'm like, we have more now.
Yep.
Y'all,
One more.
we do this because you asked for it. This is just as much your show as
And
ours.
we're thirsty as fuck.
And we're thirsty. So we've got 90 Day Fiancé, we've got Riverdale, we got Sweet Tea, the Southern Charm Show. You can go get our merch at our new merch store at sissy.talk.com and go to merch in the show links. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And y'all, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love?
Yes. And if you ever decide to go underground in Simi Valley and live among the pod people and see who flips your fancy, you better call us.